Hi YouTube. Kitty Mama Love here, and normally I don't do videos like this because I don't like to, you know, cause drama. But today I really need to vent, and I really hope that you start, give me your opinions in the comments below after I tell you what's happened today when my 6 month old puppy dog um managed to get into my neighbor's backyard. So here it goes. So background first. Me and my husband bought this house that we're living in currently 4 years ago, and we have been living here ever since. We raised our kids here, and we we try to keep ourselves to ourselves. That means we don't go out and cause trouble, or we don't unnecessarily, you know, get involved with things that don't involve us. But I have a issue, and it's one of my neighbors, and this neighbor has caused problems with us since the first day. My husband bought in a German Shepherd puppy called that he named Tyson, and my husband raised this German Shepherd puppy, which is a registered breed. And his parents are both German Shepherds. Um, yeah. So when he was a puppy, he was, as puppies are very energetic. But then, as he grew older, this German Shepherd puppy Tyson started to bark, and my other neighbors, they didn't mind that he was barking, because dogs bark to ward off intruders or thieves. And when we moved here, our neighbors did say to us that there has been a thief that's actually gone into people's backyard and stolen items, such as machinery, like lawnmowers or stuff like that. Um, yeah, and some like other gardening tools. So obviously, my husband raised this puppy, um, and when it started barking, my neighbor starts complaining, saying, "Oh, he barks day and night, like he doesn't be quiet." And we, of course, the first time ignored it, and then she kept saying it, and then she said, "Oh, I'm gonna call the council." And we were like, what's wrong with this woman? Like, we're not causing any trouble for her, right? So why is she trying to cause trouble for us? And so when our other when her neighbor heard that she'd done that, as my husband and him talked one night, he told her that when he had about 4 or 5 dogs in his backyard, uh, they used to bark and everything, and she used to complain the same thing. She's saying she should call the council and get them involved. And so he said that she basically made his life a misery, um, and still does to this day. And that man's only got like one dog left, which is halfway to you know the Rainbow Bridge. So once we once my husband heard that, he just said, "You know what, this woman's just got a problem. She don't like animals." So we ignored her, and then we carried on raising our dog, who would bark. Eventually she shut up about it. Then obviously this year I'd actually fallen in love with my brother-in-law's dog, and I actually wanted one myself. And mind you, I've always been terrified of dogs, like absolutely petrified, since I had been chased by a group of them as a young child. And for many years, I couldn't be around dogs. I couldn't bear to see a dog off the leash. And so one day my brother-in-law told my husband that he's got this puppy dog and he needs time to prepare this puppy dog's bed, so and home and that. So we agreed to take the puppy dog in. We dog sat for him for a while, and I actually grew very attached to this puppy dog. And when he was taken, I began to cry, and I told my husband that I actually wanted a dog because that puppy dog had taken over my heart. And obviously, I said to my husband that, okay, you know what we'll do? I'll tell your brother to let me adopt this dog, and then we'll buy him a new one. Obviously, that didn't happen, so my husband decided to go and get me one. Um, and so when he got me one, he took me a picture, showed me a picture, and I instantly fell in love with the dog that I now own. And because he was like a caramel color, um, I named him Blaze. And like he obviously is like a kind of a caramelly orange, so I called him Blaze because I thought the new name suited him. And yeah, he's like 6 months old, and today, well, it was warm out, so obviously in the morning my husband fed him and gave him some drink because I have been very ill to do myself. So my husband fed him, gave him some drink, and then let him free. And so normally, and obviously when my husband left for work, um, I was playing with the puppy dog, obviously, and he was in the garden, he was playing with me, and he was like letting me stroke his big floppy head, and I was just having fun with him. And obviously I had to go inside because obviously my kids needed my attention. So I went inside, and so I left him outside. And normally our dog never ever ever leaves our property, like our backyard. But somehow he ended up in my neighbor's backyard today, and she claims that her children were in the backyard playing. And normally, if they start playing in the backyard, you can hear them screaming and shouting, and you know that they're in the backyard. But I heard none of that, so I don't know if it was all BS or maybe reality. But then she took a video of my dog in her backyard, um, and he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't showing any bad temperament or aggression towards her family or anything. He was just sniffing around like normal dogs do, getting the scent and everything. Because I think he got stuck in that garden. He didn't know how to get out, after he got in. So after he got in, I obviously after he got in, I had no idea he'd actually gotten in. I was just relaxing after my daily chores. And so my neighbor comes to my front door with all of her children, shows me the video of my dog in the backyard, and says that is this yours? I got, and obviously I felt really bad. I'm like, oh my goodness, did he get into your garden? And I was being very polite, being very civil. And I apologized, and I said to her, okay, you know what? I'm very sorry he got into your garden. I'll happily bring him back into my backyard, and I'll put him on the chain because my dog hates being cooped up. And since it was warm out, I didn't really want him in his kennel. And I was being very civil. I apologized. I was being normal. Then obviously she had to go and make things big, and she goes, "Oh, I'm gonna call the council." And obviously our dog's not bad tempers; he's really really sweet. And even at the vets, he was very sweet. He'd always, lick the vet, give us lots of kisses. So after that, my neighbor, after that, my neighbor mentioned that she was gonna call the council. After I was very civil with her, I kind of got cross, and so we shared some colorful words, and then she goes, "They call dogs for a reason," and I was like, "Okay, but don't people own dogs?" Yeah. And I said, after I said to her, I said, you know what, just mind your own goddamn business and keep your nose out of other people's stuff. So obviously, I brought her back here. I brought Blaze back in. I went outside, brought my dog in, put him on the chain. All's good and well. But I was so cross that I'm not a bad tempered person. But obviously today she pushed my buttons to a limit, so obviously I got very cross. And yeah, like it's just ridiculous because when someone tries to be civil with you, you can't be civil back and say, okay, that's fine, and this and that. And I've got kids the same age as her children, and the dog's never once bitten my children. And he doesn't show that. He just likes to explore scent. That's all he does. But I don't know. I just got cross today, and that's not like me. And obviously, when I got cross, I kind of did share the colourful words with her, and that was that. After we said those, she went into her house, and I slammed my door shut, and then, things were ended. But I had to vent because it's not fair when someone doesn't cause trouble for you. And obviously, okay, it was a mistake. Dogs end up getting there, getting out and messing about. But if they're not bad temper, if they were bad tempered, people would put them down straight away. And my dog's not like that. So it's not fair that she went and tried to cause a big issue. And after what her neighbor said, I really think that this woman hates animals. So I don't know. Was I an a hole for acting this way and being rude and calling her bad words? Please leave your opinions in the comments below. Thanks. Kitty Mama out and good night. Have sweet dreams and yeah.